As I mentioned before, at the core of what we're doing is the breath. It's the breath that moves the blood. It's the blood that moves the energy. And these exercises are all about generating and allowing energy to move through the body to nourish the organs and systems. Based on traditional Chinese medicine, the energy should flow like a river through the body. When our energy is stagnant or depleted, that's when we are more liable to become ill. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and transfer our weight to space our feet. We're going to start at the bottom, at the feet. We're going to open the lowest gate. Prior to doing any of the qigong or tai chi forms, we want to open the gates just to get the energy moving. So as always, whenever we're moving, we want to make sure that we're breathing, not holding the breath. And more, we begin to coordinate our breath and our movement so they don't fight, so that the movement is very natural. It's as if we're connected by rubber bands internally. We're soft inside and we're loose outside. So whatever we do to one side of the body, we want to make sure we do to the other, moving in both directions. So we're breathing, coordinating breath and movement, not mechanically so, just slowing down enough to feel our way through the movement, feel what feels natural. We're focusing as we open the gates, we're focusing on the area of the body we're manipulating. Wherever the mind goes, the energy goes. So we're focusing on that area, sending energy to that area as we breathe. The way we learn in here is simply by following. So we're breathing, we're using our internal focus to notice where we are resisting movement and allowing the muscles, tendons, and ligaments to yield as we move. Pushing into the earth to create the momentum for movement, not using force. So let's go ahead and circle up, and we're going to take the deep cleansing breath. Most of the time we breathe from here to here. And doing Tai Chi or deep breathing, we want to breathe from here to here, the Dian, the base of the body, the base of the abdomen. So let's go the other way as we breathe, the opposite direction you were going before. And as you circle the knees, you begin to see how everything is connected. In order to do this comfortably, I've got to relax first my feet as my foundation, my calves, my hips in the hip socket, my glutes, my lower back, my spine, everything connected. So let's go ahead and push up. We're going to separate the feet. We're going to let the torso hang. Now, as the torso hangs, arms are like ropes off the shoulder, head, let the weight of the head stretch out the neck. Knees are soft. And pushing again into the earth, letting the torso continue to hang. Focus on the spine. And as we push up nice and slow, we're going to stack each of the vertebrae using our internal focus, one on top of the other, all the way up, through the shoulders, through the neck, until we come to a vertical position. Now in Tai Chi, there are 3 circles, the lower, the middle, the upper. And although they might be moving at different pace, possibly in different directions, they support each other. So let's go ahead and we're going to shift the weight and relax the waist as we breathe. Pushing into the earth to create the momentum. The entire body is engaged in our movements. We feel that stretch through the legs, through the hips, the abdomen, the front of the body, the side of the body, the back of the body. And let's go ahead and circle to center and take that deep cleansing breath, breathing in through the nose like sipping water through a straw, letting the body expand like the balloon. And as we exhale, let's go the opposite way, letting the spine flex to the side, to the back, nice and slow so that we can breathe, never moving any faster than you can breathe comfortably. Shifting the weight, relaxing the waist like a marble on a saucer. And this time, as we shift to center, again, we're going to let the torso hang, chin on the chest, arms loose, and push up slowly. Okay, now make sure your feet are spaced, at least shoulder wide. And we're going to shift the weight. And as we do, let the spine twist, open up the rib cage, and palm to heaven, palm to earth. Now push into the full leg, the leg that has the majority of the weight, to create momentum to come back. And like the rubber band, we ride the torque. We take the time to breathe in. Sinking down, extending up, not forcefully so, just softening internally. Holding until we feel the energy change, signaling a reverse of movement. As one hand ascends, the other descends at the same rate, creating balance. And notice as we cross our center of gravity, naturally gravity says sink down. Don't fight the muscles, don't fight gravity. And this time, as we come back, both arms overhead, fingertips to heaven, arms float down, head floats forward, relax the jaw. And we're going to shift the weight, let the head roll, like the marble in the slot, ear towards the shoulder. Breathing. Head as if you couldn't pick it up if you wanted to. Arms hanging like ropes, no life of their own. You feel that stretch from the back of the ear, through the neck, through the shoulders, all the way to the tips of the fingers. And let's go ahead and shift the weight and come back to center. And pushing into the earth, arms float up. And we're going to embrace the energy from heaven and let it shower down over the body, staying engaged with the feeling. Front and back of the body, over the head, shoulders, down the torso, over the hips, down the legs, and filling up our shoes. And standing comfortably with the feet open like the duck, the knees soft. Let the tip of the coccyx tuck forward. Let the crown point towards heaven. And as we stand comfortably between the energy from the earth, entering through the soles of the feet. The energy from heaven coming down through the crown, meeting at the dantian, the body's energy vault. We can stand comfortably with no effort and just enjoy the feeling. And float down. Okay, so there are the different types of qigong. Qigong translated means breath work. So at the core of the traditional Tai Chi forms is qigong. Tai Chi, in fact, is really a traditional qigong. So as we go through, we've learned several forms. As we go through this particular form called the eight silk brocade, there's certain things that you want to keep in mind. First of all, if we're moving, you want to keep your eyes open, because if your eyes are closed, it's going to affect your balance. Anytime we're standing and cultivating the energy, i.e. focusing on the feeling, then you can close your eyes. We want to make sure that we're always breathing as we move, all right? We want to make sure that we're always seeking balance, never overextending, never underextending. And the way we know that is by using our internal awareness, staying connected as we move. So let's go ahead and begin. So standing comfortably. Now we're going to move from one posture to another as if it's one long form. So standing comfortably, crown towards the heaven, feet open to the earth. Deep breath. And exhaling, sink into the legs like they're two collapsible poles. Transfer the weight fully so that you can separate the feet. And rocking gently forward, we're going to let the arms float up as if floating on water to float down. And again, the way we learn is simply by following. We're going to do each posture 3 or 4 times. We always relax to breathe in and relax to breathe out. And remember, we're breathing into the pit of the stomach, the bottom of the stomach. So we have to let the body expand to take it in and contract to let it out. One more. Loose to the fingertips, moving as if you're in a vat of salt water. Just engage with the feeling of the energy around you. Let's transition. Opening the chest. As you move, you're always engaged with the feeling, noticing. Where you're resisting, relaxing the back, feeling the muscles across the chest, expand. Let's transition. Looking out over the fingertips, dancing with the rainbow. If we toss a ball, watch it arc, lift the heel so that we feel that energy through the leg as well. Shift the weight. Arms extended, opening up the body as if it were a crushed straw. We want to open up the body so that the energy can flow. Make sure you're breathing. Heel down, roll the ball. We're going to come back to center. Bringing down the heaven. Knees soften. Arms float down. Push into the earth. And one more time. I'm going to push up. Let's transition. Curve back, looking forward. One arm circles down, one arm extends out. Shift the weight, waist turns, palms pass. Breathing. Okay, and as we shift, let's transition. Wave hands like clouds. Pushing into the earth to create the momentum. Breathing, bending and stretching through the legs and the hips as you shift. The whole body engaged. Breathing. And back to center. Let's transition. Pulling the water from the well. Wrist cross, push down, and spray it to the heavens. Knees soften. Never moving any faster than you can breathe comfortably or feel balanced. Breathing in as we expand. And breathing out as we contract. And one more. Let's transition. Like you're offering a platter. Palm down. Shifting the weight, transferring the weight, legs bending and stretching. Breathing. Arm extended. And let's come back to center. And transition. Never dropping the energy. Push and pull at the same time. Torso facing forward. You feel the torque in the hips and the waist. It's like you have a rope and you're pulling on one end and holding on the other. This simple movement, we're massaging the liver. And one more. And back to center. Letting the torso hang. It's as if there's a big wheel in front of us, and we're going to turn the wheel. Turning to the side, arms towards the heaven, spiraling to the center, other side, and we're going to let the knees soften and continue as we breathe. Turning the wheel. Pushing into the earth to come back to a vertical position. And let's go ahead. We're going to turn the wheel in the opposite direction. Knees soften, feet open, feel for balance. And this time, as the arms extend overhead, let them float down. Let's transition. Transferring the weight to free the leg, to root, to the heel. Rolling from the heel to toe, we let the back foot turn 45 or greater degree. And as we shift forward, arms float up, pushing into the earth, loose to the fingertips. We sit back, sink down, pigeon flying, pushing into the back foot to create the momentum forward, shifting forward, shifting back, sinking down. Feeling for balance. Crown towards the heaven. Bending and stretching without force. Feeling our way through each movement. Not determining how far or how much, just feeling and following the energy. So this time, as we shift forward, we're going to let the weight come forward, our momentum come forward as well. Transfer the weight to root, other foot, heel to toe, back foot turning, pigeon flying. Breathing. If we hold the breath, the body gets tight, it gets rigid. We want to breathe so we can remain soft inside, loose outside. Moving through water. And this time, as we shift forward, let the momentum bring us forward. As the arms flow down, we're going to step up to step out in our final posture, wild goose flying. So relax to breathe in and relax to breathe out. Breathing in to the dantian and let it go. Every time we exhale, it's the opportunity to release any excess tension that we're holding. And one more. And slow down. Great. We're going to shift the weight because we never drop the energy. And float down. Okay. So let's take a few seconds to stand comfortably. Feet open, knees soft. Crown towards the heaven. Relax. Notice if you've gone back to old habits of clamping the jaw or jutting the chin or shrugging the shoulders or holding tightness in the abdomen or the lower back. As you breathe, you should feel the body expanding and contracting like the babies. So just focus on however qi manifests for you, a warmth, a tingling, a feeling of being more alive. This is where we want to allow the mind to rest, not thinking about other things right now. As the mind rests on the feeling, we magnify it, cultivating the energy. Knees are soft, hips are loose. And float down. Okay, so we've got a few minutes left. What we did today was the qigong form. Now, again, the difference between Tai Chi and qigong is not only, it's not so much in the intent as it is the movement. So Tai Chi movements have a martial or fighting application. So you might see in any particular form, any family, Tai Chi form, a kick, a punch, a push, a block, all that comprise the total form. So let's go ahead. And again, you don't have to know the form. This is a form that's simply 4 movements, 4 Tai Chi movements. And I'll just describe them as we go through them. So standing comfortably, arms loose, crown towards the heaven, feet open, knees soft, take the deep cleansing breath, body expanding. And as we exhale, sink into the legs, transfer the weight, and separate the feet. Now, as we shift, and you can just mirror me, I'm going to shift to hold the soap bubble. Transferring the weight fully to the opposite leg, to free, to root. And as we roll from heel to toe, torso turns, ward off, we block. Pushing into the front leg as we roll back, torso turning. In Tai Chi, your opponent never should know what's coming next. Shift the weight, torso turns, and we're going to press our opponent away. They're going to grab our wrist though, so we're going to remove their hand. As they push back against us, we bear the weight by sinking down and deliver our final push. So this is one long continuous movement, continuity being essential in the Tai Chi forms, never dropping the energy. Let's continue as we breathe. Bending and stretching the whole body. We push into the earth to create the momentum. Legs yield. Hips turn. Arms simply follow. Upper circle simply follows the turning of the middle circle. So we can just be relaxed. Arms are like ribbons, just hanging off the shoulder. Breathing. Breathing however the body needs to breathe. Don't overextend, feel for balance in each movement. We relax and extend till we discover the middle way, that point just before there is no balance. And this time, as we deliver our final push, we're going to let the momentum bring us forward to root, feel for balance, roll, back foot turns. Let's go to the other side. Holding the soap bubble. Pushing into the earth to create the momentum for the movement. Breathing. And this time, as we push forward, we let the momentum bring us forward. Arms float down. We step up. Okay. And float down. All right, so let's go ahead. We're right at the close. So once we exercise and we bring this energy to the surface of the body, we always want to seal it in the body when we're finished. Okay, so this is called the lotus movement. So standing comfortably, for women, left palm over right, we're going to let the energy float up. Hands to the shoulders, palms flat on the body. Come to center, we make the lotus blossom. The lotus blossom floats up over the back of the head, palms flat to the body, down the neck, over the shoulders, palms flat to the back, down over the hips, the back of the legs, around the feet, at the front of the leg, and back to where we began. We let that small circle at the dantian expand to the large circle. Stomach soft. Notice whether you're holding your stomach. The large circle contracts to the small circle. And standing comfortably, feeding the energy into the dantian. Enjoy the feeling. And arms float down. We're going to bring the energy to the palm, push down, sink down, extend up, breathing, stomach soft, and shift the weight. And I salute you for your intention and your time in coming to Tai Chi with CEP Live. See you next month.
Thank you, Tina. That was great. If anyone has any questions for Tina, please post them in chat or in Q&A, or if you have any other questions regarding CP Community Live, the CP program. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for coming. If you guys don't have any questions, then yes, we will see you next week from 3 to 4 and same place, same time. And yeah, so I'm going to leave this link open if anyone has any questions, but if not, we'd like to see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys.